I'm excited to talk about this new internet. I've heard of many new internets.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm a little skeptical, but happy to learn more.
Good. I'm glad you're skeptical. It's good to ask questions. So this one, as we talked earlier, is not just some shrink wrap VPN client. We've actually created a whole separate physical internet. So it runs on the public internet, but it's a different layer of it. So it's actually separate.
But it is used, like I could access any website that's on the internet now in it, or would someone else also have to be on it to connect with them, or how does that work?
A little of both. So you can coexist. You can have a connection to the current public internet. Okay, you'd still be there, and then we have a client that you turn on, and that puts you onto our piece of the internet. And so we run on the public internet infrastructure, but we're invisible to it. So it's really, that makes it a whole separate internet.
Yeah.
So you switch back and forth, basically.
Gotcha. And why would I want to do that?
Well, I hope you want to. Here's the thing. We call it NVIS, which is a shortened form for invisible internet. So basically, you can't be seen. So if you're on the public internet, you can't see our internet from there until you have permission to get on, and you've turned it on and you're on it. It's totally invisible.
What do you mean see?
I mean, you can't hack it, you can't see it, it's addresses. So we use an IP addressing scheme that you're familiar with. We use our own internal numbers. So they are separate from the public internet. So if you're on the public internet, you can't access our nodes or anything until you have our client and until you're assigned access to our network.
And is it actually built? Does this exist now, or is it just a nice white paper?
Good question. Yeah, no, I know. I'm really tired of these projects that are just theory and white paper. But no, it actually exists. It's limited. We have about 9 nodes. We have a node in Tokyo, one in Amsterdam, Paris, Hong Kong, somewhere in Canada, I forget. And so the nodes are there. You can get on it today. You can actually download our client off our website. So you can actually get on it today, try it. So it's not just a theory, it's really there. And we need to raise money because right now it's basically a handful of us scientists that are doing it. And we need to make it global size, global strength. To run millions of people on it, we just need administrative people. We also need to finish development on some of the stuff. We're going to have, since this is a separate internet, you can have your own domain names, right? So we need to create a domain name registration service, things like that. So that's a little intensive for a couple people to build. So we're raising some money so we can staff up for that accordingly.
Gotcha.
So.
And then very far, like let's say this is the new internet and it's like actually true. What does it look like? How does it exist, and does everybody use it? Do just a couple corporations use it, or what is?
Good question. I'm reluctant to call it the new internet. I mean, it is another internet. Okay, so we don't want to get rid of the existing internet. That's not really necessary. This is another way of transport. So what it starts to look like is a lot of business uses for it, which involves also end users, right? So it can be total business, like hospitals moving records, banks moving records. It can be cryptocurrency exchanges moving funds back and forth. That's all good because it's super secure. But what we're really working on is things like content distribution. So we're working with a company now that's going to have, they project 40 million users. They'll be on here and they'll be able to distribute their content to their users on the network. So when you get on the invisible internet, you'll be able to access that and their content privately and securely. So that kind of thing. The other thing that we have that's very cool on this is the concept of communities. So what you can do is you can create a pack of users, if you will, and you can assign them into a community with a name. So if I'm a content distribution service, I can say, all right,
these are my subscribers.
Yeah,
or whatever.
these are well, and not only that, I can say you're the subscribers for this content. Here's another group over here, so you can access NFL football. You guys can access movies.
Sure.
So you can move it and change it around, and that's all done by smart contract.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So I like that. What else have we not talked about? I mean, it's really secure, right? It's invisible from the internet, so there's really no way to hack it. You just don't see it. It's not there, so you're not going to try to hack it because it's not in front of you. There's nothing to hack.
So I think this is just my ignorance, but I literally just don't know what you mean by invisible. Today I'm a hacker. I can see people's IP addresses, or I can see when they're attaching to, or when their client is connecting to a new IP address. But in yours, that's Is it invisible because it's separate, or is it invisible because of some structural difference?
Structural difference, yeah,
Okay.
good question. So this runs at layer 2, so it's below the TCP layer for you geeks that want to know about this. And it's on our white paper, you can read about it, it's not a secret. So it runs at a layer that makes it not visible from the public internet, but it's there using that public internet infrastructure. So, but there's no, since you can't identify it, there's no geolocation, anything, you can't triangulate on it, you can't do anything. So that makes it pretty unhackable.
I'm one of these people that just had a bunch of domain names. I just like squat on them and then hope to use them someday in the future.
You scoundrel.
Can I use them on your site? Or
those that are registered on the public internet, no. However, we have like a blank slate right now, so you'll be able to buy like almost any
new gold rush.
Yeah, it's a new gold rush. Yeah, we can manually sign them now. So if you call me,
All right.
you can have Google.com.
Nice.
You can be the first. And would you want Pizza.com? You
Pizza?
can have that.
Yeah, that's good.
It's
Always.
yours. It's yours. I'll mark it. So yeah, but it's there. It's wide open. So that's one thing. So
Awesome.
feel free to try it. So. And then, the other cool thing that we didn't talk about is this whole notion of censorship, right? There's 37 countries in the world today that block access for their users. Well, this fixes that problem. So we're working with a company now, that wants to stream content out. Well, people in the countries you can name, I won't pick on them, but you can get behind the firewalls, and so this now gives them access to content that they couldn't get before.
Yeah.
And from a commercial point of view, that's a big bonus. We can track and figure out which countries they need to go to, how do they sell there, all the things. So it creates a whole new business opportunity for people that you can't get to them now, but now you can get to millions of users that are somehow sequestered behind firewalls. So that's pretty cool.
John, thanks for answering the tough questions.
Thanks, Christian. Thanks for asking. It's good to ask some tough questions. And as you know, too many bogus projects out there. This one's not. This one's real. You can download the client off our website, and you can get on there today and try it out. So, and all the information about our client, our router, our ICO, it's all there. So thanks.
Awesome. Thank you.